Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Skool Gunner. How you all getting on out there, guys? The big news: Gary Lineker is going to return to Match of the Day. That is the big news over here, guys, in London. It's been a crazy couple of days, to be honest, but yeah, Lineker is going to be taken back. The BBC apologises to Lineker as Match of the Day host to return this weekend. Match of the Day presenter to return to hosting BBC Sport after conflict resolved. Gary Lineker will return to hosting sport for the BBC this weekend after receiving apology from corporation. Lineker stepped back from his presenting duties on Friday, which led to several pundits to step away from BBC Sport programmes. Gary Lineker will return as Match of the Day host after he was taken off air over his tweets criticising the government's migration policy. BBC Director General Tim Davie apologised for the episode and announced an independent review into its social media usage guidelines. Say no more about it, guys. In a statement, Mr. Davie said, "Everyone recognises this has been a difficult period for staff, contributors, presenters, and most importantly, our audiences. I apologise for this." Sky News understands Lineker has also received a direct private apology, which was not included in the BBC statement. Lineker's first assignment back on the BBC will to be present live coverage of the FA Cup quarter-final between Manchester City and Burnley on Saturday. In a tweet, Lineker said he was delighted that we have navigated our way through this and paid tribute to the remarkable show of solidarity. After a surreal few days, I'm delighted that we have navigated our way through this. I want to thank you all for the incredible support, particularly my colleagues at BBC Sport for the remarkable show of solidarity. Football is a team game, but their backing was overwhelming. The BBC was forced to cancel some sports shows and offer reduced coverage of its flagship Match of the Day programmes, and pundits and commentators refused to work. The row over impartiality began after Lineker compared the language used to launch a new government asylum policy with 1930s Germany. He was suspended by the BBC from presenting Match of the Day, as they said in a statement he would step back from hosting the weekly football highlights programme. Sky News understands Lineker had refuted this wording and that the corporation had itself forced him off air as he was unwilling to apologise for the comments he had made. The BBC statement in full. Here we go, guys. This is their statement. Director General of the BBC, Tim Davie. Everyone recognises this has been a difficult period for staff, contributors, presenters, and most importantly, our audiences. I apologise for this. The potential confusion caused by the grey areas of the BBC's social media guidance that was introduced in 2020 is recognised. I want to get matters resolved and our sport content back on air. Impartiality is important to the BBC and is also important to the public. The BBC has a commitment to impartiality in its charter and a commitment to freedom of expression. That is a difficult balancing act to get right, where people are subject to different contracts and on-air positions, and with different audience and social media profiles. The BBC's social media guidance is designed to help manage these sometimes difficult challenges, and I'm aware there is a need to ensure that the guidance is up to this task. It should be clear, proportionate, and appropriate. Accordingly, we are announcing a review led by an independent expert reporting to the BBC on its existing social media guidance, with a particular focus on how it applies to freelancers outside news and current affairs. The BBC and myself are aware that Gary is in favour of such a review. Shortly, the BBC will announce who will conduct that review. Whilst this work is undertaken, the BBC's current social media guidance remains in place. Gary is a valued part of the BBC, and I know how much the BBC means to Gary, and I look forward to him presenting our coverage this coming weekend. Lineker's statement in full. After a surreal few days, I'm delighted that we have navigated a way through this. I want to thank you all for the incredible support, particularly my colleagues at BBC Sport, for a remarkable show of solidarity. Football is a team game, but their backing was overwhelming. I have been presenting sport on the BBC for almost 3 decades, and I'm immeasurably proud to work with the best and fairest broadcaster in the world. I cannot wait to get back in the Match of the Day chair on Saturday. A final thought. However difficult the last few days have been, it simply doesn't compare to having to flee your home from persecution or war to seek refuge in a land far away. It's heartwarming to have seen the empathy towards their plight from so many of you. We remain a country of predominantly tolerant, welcoming, and generous people. Thank you. Also, I'd like to thank Tim Davey for his understanding during this difficult period. He has an almost impossible job keeping everybody happy, particularly in the area of impartiality. I am delighted that we continue to fight the good fight together. That's it basically, guys. So Lineker's going to be back on Match of the Day on Saturday. So big him up, man. Big him up. All right. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you to everybody for tuning into my live stream. I got to head to work, yeah. I've got a million things to do. So like this video for me, guys. Smash the subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to comment in the comment section below. I am monetized. If you want to donate £1 or £2, I would appreciate it. But that's at your own discretion. And see you soon, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing Gary Lineker back on Match of the Day for the FA Cup game on Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and take it easy. Peace.